What is the big deal about the new Earth? The new Earth represents a profound shift in consciousness, a collective awakening to higher levels of awareness and spiritual evolutions. So, why does this matter? Well, look at it this way. Let's say you go into a room filled with people that are all friends. Before you entered that room, someone told everyone that a well-loved mutual friend of everyone's just passed. The emotions start to build in that room. That is the point that you walk in. If you are tuned to energy, you can feel the low energy as soon as you approach that door. You open the door and immediately feel a wave of low energy hit you in the chest. Now conversely, remember what it feels like to be at a wedding or experiencing a new birth of a child. These are very high, powerful vibrations. It is very evident to see that lower vibrational beings are in charge of this earth, or like I call it, facility at the moment. They have been in charge for a long time, but that time is coming to an end, and they know it. They will do everything in their power to keep the souls here in a lower vibration. Unfortunately for them, the new earth is coming, not physically, but energetically, vibrationally. People are awakening on a mass scale. Their eyes are being opened to be able to see through all the lies. Those that are still asleep do not see or feel anything because for one reason or another, they are not tuned in. This idea of a new earth is rooted in various spiritual traditions and prophecies. The idea of a new earth transcends religious dogma to offer a vision of planetary transformation and unity consciousness. Today I'm going to explore the spiritual significance of the new earth, its core principles, and its implications for humanity's journey toward a more harmonious and enlightened existence. I will also tell you how you can prepare to integrate yourself into this new earth. The emergence of the new earth. The notion of a new earth has been foretold by mystics, prophets, and visionaries throughout history. It signifies a time of profound transition, a shift from fear-based consciousness to love-based consciousness, from separation to unity, and from egoic identity to a higher self-awareness. This transition is not merely physical, but also spiritual, encompassing a fundamental reorientation of human values, beliefs, and behaviors. Unity consciousness and oneness. At the heart of the New Earth paradigm lies the principle of unity consciousness. At the heart of the New Earth paradigm lies the principle of unity consciousness. The recognition that all beings are interconnected and interdependent. This awareness transcends the illusion of separateness, fostering a sense of oneness with all creation. In the New Earth, divisions based on race, nationality, religion, and other artificial constructs dissolve, giving rise to a global community founded in compassion, cooperation, and mutual respect. I want you to think of this question. Why do we need to help people that we don't know? It actually doesn't make sense. But when you understand the idea of oneness, we realize that we are all one and connected. We do this because in all retrospect, we are helping ourselves. To a small degree, even the ones that are sleeping know this. Awakening to higher truths. The journey to the new earth involves a process of awakening and expansion of consciousness that enables individuals to perceive and embody higher truths. This awakening encompasses spiritual insights such as the inherent divinity of all life, the power of love to heal and transform, and the interconnectedness of past, present, and future. As individuals awaken to these truths, they become catalysts for collective evolution, radiating light and love into the world. This is where the term lightworkers came in. Harmony with nature and the cosmos. In the new earth, humanity reestablishes its sacred relationship with the natural world, recognizing the inherent wisdom and intelligence of the earth and the cosmos. This shift involves a return to the harmonious coexistence with nature, honoring the sanctity of all living beings and stewarding the planet with reverence and care. Through practices such as sustainable living, conscious consumption, and eco-friendly technologies, humanity aligns itself with the natural rhythms of the earth, restoring balance and vitality to the planet. Now, I would be amiss to not mention that as it stands now, this earth comes with the duality of light and dark. For this earth, it does bring a balance, and without dark, we would not know a thing about light. So for the new earth integration to begin to happen, we needed the dark. The new earth sees nothing of duality. It just sees what is. Keep in mind, this earth will always be here. The new earth has always been here as well. It's our job to manifest ourselves into the new earth. So the big question is, how do we prepare ourselves for the new earth? Well, preparing for the new earth involves a multifaceted approach that encompasses spiritual, mental, emotional, and practical aspects of our lives. Here are some steps that you can take to align yourself with the energies of this transformation and contribute to the emergence of more enlightened and harmonious world. Cultivate self-awareness. Begin by cultivating self-awareness through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, journaling, and introspection. Take time to reflect on your beliefs, emotions, and behaviors, and explore how they align with the values of unity, love, and compassion. Now, when I say take time, I really mean take your time. Search for answers why you do what you do. The human mind is very subject to the things that create a good feeling within. Believe me when I tell you, this fact is very well known and is heavily exploited. If they don't align with your values, your job would be to understand why your thoughts and feelings and actions are this way. Most likely, you will find that someone or something has instilled this idea inside of you that has been leaching from your subconscious, creating all kinds of hell. And that brings us to heal and release. Release old patterns, wounds, and traumas that no longer serve your highest good. The problem sometimes is that you have been doing this for a long time, that you don't even realize what you're doing. Other people see it, but most are too skittish to say something to someone for fear that they will retaliate or worse yet, alienate. Understand this, the helpful one is not the one that tells a person like this that everything will be okay. The helpful one is the one that speaks up and tells that person what they are doing. This is not a glamorous role, believe me. Be prepared to hear words like judging, arrogant, conceited, know-it-all. Most likely, they will drop you off their radar. Why? It's because they have become comfortable ignoring the fact that they are hurting themselves. But what you have just done is created a kink in the armor. What this does is allow that pain to be pulled from the subconscious into the conscious. Now it's out in the open and will freely be thought about. Good job. You have just helped someone move into a higher vibration. You can also engage in healing modalities such as energy work, therapy, breath work, and body work to release stagnant energy and emotional baggage, allowing you to step into a greater alignment with your true essence. One of the best breathing techniques to raise your vibration that I usually do several times a day is called the Bhramari Pranayama. I'm not going to show you how to do that now, but I posted a link in the description below that will show you the proper way how to do this. Embrace love and compassion. Cultivate love and compassion in your heart for yourself and all beings. Practice acts of kindness, forgiveness, and empathy in your daily interactions, recognizing the inherent divinity within yourself and others. Most people find this extremely hard to show oneself love and compassion. It's much easier to show someone else love and compassion because we don't know all of the dirty secrets and so-called bad things that they do. If we did, it might be harder to show them that compassion. We create levels of acceptance in our mind. Maybe someone cut you off in traffic, or someone is deliberately trying to emotionally hurt you or maybe your family. How about a murderer or a rapist? How about someone that raped or murdered your child? Do you see what I'm doing here? Each level, I stepped up the emotional intensity. And at one point, I'm sure you said to yourself, there is no way that I could show that person love and compassion. But what you don't understand is that it has nothing to do with them. What is happening is that you are hurting yourself by allowing your ego free rein over your emotions, which lowers your vibration. Now, I kind of took a side road here. This is something that you need to think about in private. This is a whole video by itself. But let's get back on topic. Connect with nature. Reconnecting with the natural world and honoring the sacredness of all life forms. Spend time in nature, whether it's gardening, hiking, or simply sitting in stillness, and cultivate a deep appreciation for the beauty and wisdom of the earth. There is nothing like walking in the woods and touching a large tree with both your hands. The key to this is to be aware of the higher consciousness, to be able to feel the extremely high vibration. Allow that vibration to be transferred into you. Understand this is a give and take relationship. They give you their high vibration and you give them your high vibration. I will guarantee you that once you accomplish this once, it's like a drug. You will create this beautiful bond with nature. What's funny? Trees are like people. You know the ones that you can lean on. Foster unity consciousness. Embrace the principle of unity consciousness and recognize the interconnectedness of all things. Seek to dissolve barriers of separation and cultivate a sense of openness with all beings, fostering empathy, cooperation, and collaboration. This is something that builds over time, because think about it. It took some time for you to build the opposite of this. You can do this by understanding that everyone has a story. Most of the time, you just don't know that story. They're going through this learning facility just like you are. Trying to be understanding when you have no understanding is hard. Most of the time, you have to settle for an excuse of the reason why they do things is because they're in pain, and let it at that. That might work for most of the time until it reaches that line in the sand where disconnection happens. This is where grace steps in, and that's a whole other level of accomplishment. Align with higher purpose. Explore your soul's purpose and align your life with divine guidance, done by following your passions, talents, and inner calling, and engage in activities that uplift and inspire you. Trust in the wisdom of your higher self and allow it to guide you toward your unique contribution in collective awareness. Now, I can hear people saying right now that my passions don't pay the bills. How do you know? These passions and talents were given to you for a reason. Unfortunately, most people follow that green path. The more money that you can get, the happier you will be. It usually takes people a long time before they realize that this is a fallacy. So if you follow your passions and talents, sooner or later, they will bring you to a happy balance. And at that one point, you will realize that you don't need the big house, the big car, or the big paycheck. Practice gratitude and mindfulness. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and mindfulness in your daily life. Take time to appreciate the blessings and abundance that surround you and approach each moment with presence and awareness. You will find that I talk about gratitude and mindfulness a lot in my videos because it's just that important. Gratitude creates such an extremely high vibration. Mindfulness is another thing. You can look at mindfulness like a gatekeeper. The things that come in externally will be questioned and thought about. The gatekeeper/mindfulness will know what to let through and what to reject. Without mindfulness, all these ideas are allowed freely to go seed themselves into your subconscious. These seeds grow into anger, sadness, and regret, and on and on. Cultivate inner peace. You do this through practices such as yoga, tai chi, qigong, and breathwork. Nurture a sense of inner harmony and balance, and cultivate resilience in the face of challenges and uncertainty. I do qigong and breathwork every day. Unfortunately, most people don't do these practices because they think they have to do some elaborate techniques and memorize intricate movements. That's not true. That's not saying that you can't get complicated. They most certainly can. You may find when you start and do these simple things, it will lead you to wanting to do the more complex moves. Radiate light and love. Be a beacon of light and love in the world, radiating positivity, compassion, and kindness wherever you go. Your energy and intentions have the power to uplift and inspire others, contributing to the collective shift toward a more enlightened and harmonious world. I'm going to throw a warning out on this one. Over the many years that I have been a spiritualist, one thing that I have acquired is the ability to feel a person deeply inside. I see a lot of love and lighters speaking light from their tongues, but exuding darkness from within. What I mean by this is many spiritualists carry around a lot of pain and anguish. Just because you speak love and light doesn't mean that you are spreading it. Clean up the pain that you carry around before you jump out into the world to try to help someone else. You are only doing more harm than good if you don't. One misconception that most people have had spreading love and light is that it always has to be in nature of positive words. This is where the concept of tough love comes in. Sometimes people need to hear the hard words to be able to get out of the quicksand that they're in. I talked about this a little while ago. Just be prepared for the retaliation or the rejection. I'm not telling you to be mean. You will know that you're on the right track if you see their emotional floodgates opening up on you. By embracing these practices and embodying the values of love, unity, and conscious living, you can prepare yourself to be an active participant in the emergence of the new earth, a world characterized by peace, harmony, and profound spiritual fulfillment.